Welcome back. This week, we will actually be working in Chapter 9, and let's just refer back to the timeline just to kind of get in a good habit of making sure that you're checking where you're at and that you're, on task. This week, again, is week 9, and all work that must be submitted on or before March 15th. And Chapter 9 is talking about the urinary, or actually reviews the urinary system. So hopefully by now you've read Chapter 9. If not, that is the first step in reviewing or reading Chapter 9 before you move forward with any of the additional exercises that are available online. You can work in the textbook on the textbook exercises, but you can also do them online as well. So let's go back. We're just going to go into Mind Tap. And remember, you can utilize the material that's listed here as well. And it will load eventually. And if you come to the part where it just has the chapters, just make sure you select Chapter 9, the urinary system. And this will just help you with learning about key terminology that's related to the urinary system, pronunciation, that type of information, the structures, the specialties. We can go into the specific introduction for the chapter, and again, it covers the functions of the urinary system, the structures of the urinary system, such as the kidneys, the renal pelvis, the ureters, the urinary bladder, the urethra, and then the excretion of urine. And then there's medical specialties, which is specialists or physicians that actually specialize in the urinary system. So you can close that and come back to the functions, structures, and specialties. Oh, we just went to that. And then as far as the introduction is concerned, it just basically some of the structures that are involved within this chapter is the kidneys, the renal pelvis, and urine. And then you can actually listen to, how to identify keyword parts for the urinary system. A seal is a hernia, cysto, urinary bladder, actasis, stretching, dilation, enlargement, litho or litho, lysis, pexy, pyelo, trypsy. So all of these things are pertinent. And again, when it comes to ablation, anuria, let's listen to that.
Anuria.
Anuria. So it helps to listen to the audio terms that's listed here for all of the keywords for this chapter to kind of help you with the pronunciation piece of it. So once you've completed these activities, again, these do not count towards a grade. You can come and work on the homework as well as the chapter test to gauge your knowledge of what you learned and what you've gained through reading the entire chapter. So we're going to go back. Once you've completed all of those exercises, then you can work in StudyWare online. And it's pretty much basic, the same, it's the same thing from week to week. It's the same steps that you should take in order for you to be successful within the course. We're on chapter 9. Yes, let's go back. Let me go back and see. Yes, the urinary system. So you would want to come to the corresponding chapter here and select chapter 9, word building, surgical fixation of the urinary bladder to the abdominal wall. Cysto, pexy, The presence of abnormally low concentrations of protein in the blood would be, remember, hyper means increased, hypo means low, so, and protein pertains to protein, and urea, no, pertains to urine. Emia pertains to blood. Yay! Okay. And then the visual examination of the urinary bladder is a cysto, pertains to urine. Scopy is pertains to visualizing. So cystoscopy. Cysto and scopy means visual examination, so instead of just visualization. The process by which waste products are filled directly from the patient's blood is hemolysis, I believe. Oops. Okay. This will conclude our lesson for today. I've tested a few things. I want to go back and play with this later. But if you have further questions, please feel free to reach out and ask additional assistance. This is just a good example of why it's very important to ensure that you go through and review the chapter prior to trying to complete any of the exercises. It's good to test your knowledge, but again, reading the material is very important. So again, please feel free to reach out, ask me any questions that you might have. Until then, see you next week. Thanks and have a great week.